Beep beep boop boop. I am Android Fuzzykins. You must love Android Fuzzykins.
Damn it. Johnson,
Yes, sir.
could you give me a hand with this thing?
Most certainly. Here.
Jesus Christ. What the hell is wrong with you, Johnson? Dude, quit taking everything I say to be so damn literal, okay?
Okay, I
Do you
understand.
understand what I'm saying, or are you just saying that?
I understand.
Whatever. Fucking old models. No wonder why everyone's upgrading to the new ones. Old ones are pretty cute messing up. Damn it. This thing's gonna cost me an arm and a leg to fix. Are you okay, Johnson? You know what? That's it. You're going back. I am upgrading to a new model. Hello, everybody. It's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I am back with an epic review. This time I'm reviewing the finally released Detroit Become Human. Is this going to be the next hit from Quantic Dream, like their Heavy Rain game was, or is it going to be more on the lines of Beyond Two Souls, which I don't think was received that well? Well, stay tuned to my epic review to find out. Well, I have to admit, after sitting down and really playing this game through and through, you really come to appreciate the amount of time and effort it took to make this game. Hands down, it's got graphics that are up there on par, if not better on the facial scans, than some of the stuff I've seen in the newest God of War game, which is really quite impressive. Now, the overall plot of this game is it's super far in the future in Detroit, with this pretty much this future that is completely controlled by androids. Just about every single mundane job has been turned over to androids, to where so far it's made it to where a lot of the population has actually become homeless and lost their jobs due to these androids that are pretty much taking over and doing everything. And this game centers upon three main androids that you'll play throughout the multiple levels that are branching. You have Kara, I believe her name is, which is pretty much like a housekeeper robot, and she has to deal with some pretty intense stuff, including some, child issues. Now, what I mean by that is there's some pretty dramatic stuff involving Kara, the levels with her in this. Hands down, very, very shocking and very, very well done, I might add. Next up is a guy known as Connor, who is a android that works for the police department that is sent out to hunt down these rogue androids. Everybody get the hell out of here, or the hostage is gonna die!
Hello. I am here to help you.
What? Who are you?
I am model 976-43279.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
I understand how you feel. I am just like
Really,
you.
bullcrap. How do you know how it feels? What are you gonna do to prove it?
Doing this.
And as you play through as Connor, he by far seems to have a lot of the more action-oriented aspects in this game. Don't get me wrong, both Kara and the other character I'm going to talk about shortly have their roles in it with some action parts as well. But it seems hand down, Connor seems to have some of the better aspects in it. Like right when it first takes off, you're thrusted into this nice epic thing where you got to solve a murder mystery with him. Good, you're here finally.
Yes.
We've been sitting around this crime scene all day waiting just for you to show up to solve it. Because apparently in the future, we're all inept without people like you, cyborg robots or whatever
Androids.
or replicants, to find out what happens. Apparently, as you can see here, their model went berserk and murdered the whole family. Now, solve the mystery.
Okay. Apparently, this android turned against its human host because it wasn't loved.
Thank God for you, or us, the professional police, would never be able to solve the mystery.
Find out why exactly this family's, android went rogue. And as the story progresses, you realize these androids start realizing, they start growing their own emotions, and they start feeling like they're coming alive. And it leads to the main character that you play, the third main guy as well. His name is Marcus, I believe, and he tries to start this rebellion with all the other androids to take over. Needless to say, this game has some really interesting, thought-provoking meaning behind it, over the fact of with how technology is going throughout society, and how it's actually leading to where our downfall is from technology. And in this version, it is very, very well done. This has got some of the best writing around. Honestly, some very touching parts. Very, very nuanced, well voice acted characters with fantastic facial features and motion capture really lead to the experience throughout. And it's not as sporadic as it was in Beyond Two Souls. This will jump from one character to the other character and back again, but it's done in a way to where these stories are intertwined into one main story, and it is very, very well done. Hands down to them. I think this had like a 2,000 page script written up for it. And if you figure that this game has 3 times the amount of branching and choices that you can make compared to Heavy Rain, it is phenomenal the amount of different choices that actually lead up to certain things. I mean, yes, you can have some parts where you're doing mundane stuff, like cleaning up, taking out the trash and stuff like that. But then it leads into these other stuff, these epic fights and other stuff as well that is just so well done. It will really keep your attention throughout this game. Now, this game will take you roughly about 8 to 10 hours to beat. Now, keep in mind, the main thing with this game is the total replayability of it. You can go through and have your main characters die, and there will be no game over screen. Much like Until Dawn, this game will just continue on if you end up getting a character killed. And I really like that. It makes the aspect that you may miss certain things, like if you're a trophy hunter, that you can't do unless you follow a certain path in this. But it really opens up the game for a lot of replayability. Hands down, like I said, if you actually want to get all the different variations and trophies in this game, you're looking at well over 40 hours worth of playtime to actually platinum this title, which is actually quite impressive. And most of the Quantic Dream games do lend themselves to having a lot of replayability. But there is one slight thing you will have to remember. If you have played any of the other Quantic Dream games, you kind of know how the gameplay is going to consist of. The best way to describe this game, if you haven't played one like this, is very similar to one of those Choose Your Adventure storybooks, to where you'll have full control of your character and be able to get them to move around and do stuff. But as for it comes for certain moves and stuff, there'll be a lot of quick time events. Lots of button presses like hold square here, press up and around in a circle to open a door, stuff like that. So you do have total control over your character, but a lot of the main actions and stuff are certain button prompts. So if you're expecting to have total control throughout the full game on all these characters, you're not going to. But let's be honest, most of the Quantic Dream games if you played them, you'll realize right from the start all the way to the finish that it is mainly about the storytelling and the compelling story that is told through these three characters as they try to struggle and coexist with humans in this futuristic world. Now, in the end, what are my final thoughts of Detroit Become Human? Hands down, I would have to say it is one of the best Quantic Dream games I have played ever. It's even better than Heavy Rain, which is one of my personal favorites. Damn it, why'd it have to be you? Oh, if you played Heavy Rain, you'll know what I'm talking about. But in the end, I found this such an intriguing game. I had no problem in playing through these levels repeatedly. And it brings up a nice little thing during each level that you can actually see like what progress you took and what choices you have made. So you can go back if you replay the level again and choose a totally different option that actually changed the game completely. And it does. It's not like no nickel dime crap to where it's like, okay, I'm going to do this so it might slightly change something. No, there is parts in this game that will fundamentally change the entire progression of the game and the multiple endings just by certain decisions that you make throughout. And hands down, I absolutely love this game. It is a beautiful game. The voice acting is superbly done. The characters and the plot are very, very mature, yet very well written. The music is fantastic and goes perfect with this game. And in the end, I would have to say, if you liked Heavy Rain, if you liked Beyond Two Souls, I highly recommend you go and pick out Detroit Become Human. This was Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I want to say thank you for everyone who subscribes to my channel. I want to say thank you for everyone that watches this video. Please leave a like, please leave a comment. They help my channel tremendously. And don't forget, we still have that contest going on until the 20th of next month, where I'm giving away a Nintendo Switch, a Labo, and a Super Nintendo Classic System, and some games as well. I will leave a direct link in one of the 4 videos that pops up at the end of this video. And I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember people, the devil is in the details. Peace out.